But anyway, this your host Mo Scotty on Chilanta Radio Show LLC, and I have a very special guest with me. I've been trying to get him on the show for like what, 2 weeks now? 3 weeks now?
About a month.
About a month ago. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I have Abdullah in the building. You know, how you feel?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
I've been doing good. How did you feel about being in that being like in the army days? Or what was you? Was you a Navy? Was you Army? Like what was it?
No, I was Army. I spent 9 years in the Army. Like I said earlier, I loved it. To be able to travel to 30 different countries, meet so many outstanding people. You know, many of my comrades, those are my brothers. Many of them I still talk to them to this day. But, being in combat, at first it was scary, but once I kept going back, I got used to it. So, and then me becoming Muslim during my second tour in Iraq, it allowed me to have a great bond and an understanding with a lot of people in the Muslim world, which made my experience overseas that much greater.
Your Muslim journey, how did that come apart? Did it come apart when you was in Army?
Yeah.
Or how did that come apart?
In 2005, I was training to get to go to my second deployment to Iraq, and I was at Fort Polk, Louisiana, and his brother gave me this book called Message to the Black Man by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and this was my introduction to Islam. And after I read that book, I purchased another book called What You Need to Know About Islam. And so, like right before I deployed to Iraq that year, I took my Shahada. Your Shahada in Islam means your declaration of faith, or what you believe in. And I took my Shahada. I declared that I'm a Muslim. I believe in God, is the one God. And then when I went to Iraq that year, I met an interpreter, and he showed me the proper way on how to pray. He gave me some literature on how to speak correct Arabic terms, and then he gave me the name Abdullah.
Oh wow! So based off your Muslim history and your Muslim background, that's what your name really came about.
My name came about is when I met this interpreter, and I only met her for 3 days. So to me, I've always looked at that incident as that was an angel sent from God to teach me the right way on how to be a Muslim. The name for me fit perfectly, but I took it a step further. Once I got the name Abdullah, I decided that, yes, I serve God, I serve the Creator, but with the talent and the gifts that God has given me, I'm going to allow this talent to be used to serve people.
Right. So how did you start serving people? Like, did you come, like, when you came out of that, or you was in it, or?
I've been doing this since I was a youngin'. It just, with the name Abdullah, it just confirmed the things I was already doing. But as I became a Muslim, it gave me a greater inspiration to gain a thorough knowledge of self. So this is when I started reading Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey and these people, and this is what inspired me to be the artist that I am today.
So you having that name, God was like, all right, go ahead, do what the name says and do what the name I gave you to do. So kind of like give you that extra push.
Exactly, and then it gave me my motto. At that time, I used the motto "Inspirational Hip Hop for the Black People." Nowadays, I've morphed it into quality-based hip hop on a conscious level. It still means the same thing. It's just that with my experiences being in the military and interacting with so many people, I still serve truth to power to our people because I'm race first. I'm always gonna make music, and I'm always gonna speak on behalf of Black people first and foremost. But at the same time, I'm very aware that there are other ethnic groups and races of people that do listen to me and respect what it is that I do and what I stand for.
Right. You have to teach me about
But see, that's the beauty of me being Abdullah the artist, because I've studied hip hop culture. And that, if I had to give any artist any advice, learn hip hop. Yeah. Don't tell me you're a rapper, you don't know hip hop. Yeah. Because I take this culture seriously. I always get offended when people call me a rapper. I'm beyond a rapper.
You're an artist.
I'm an MC, and artist, but I'm an MC. I move the crowd, I control the mic, and I mentor the child.
I like that. I like how he puts stuff into perspective. You've been doing hip hop MCing since 1990.
98.
So now you're in the millennium century.
Yeah.
How do you reach out to millennials that really is getting into the game of being that artist or becoming that MC? How are you teaching them through your music?
simple. Understand how the artist is today. Understand their lingo, understand their music, understand where they coming from. But also not compromising who you are just so that you can relate to the younger generation.
Right.
But because in my experiences, the younger people, they do want to hear the truth. They do want to hear the realness. Here's the difference. They can tell the difference between who's real and who's fake. There's too many people out here perpetrating to be something that they're really not. But when you come up, but with me, when younger artists see me and they see my music, they like, man, you really coming with that real, because ain't nobody really speaking on that. And I also have an impersonal conversation with the younger artists. You know, I always tell them, be original, be yourself. You ain't gotta sound like me. I don't want you to sound like me, but you know, never be afraid of being who you are and represent exactly who you are and take control of it. And when you have these personal conversations with the younger generation, it's that respect factor that enables them to want to learn more from you. And that's what I've learned, to build that connection with the younger generation. And the major reason why I do it, it was done to me. When I was young, I would just sit for hours, man, and just learn the history of the culture, where it came from, who were the pioneers, who were the artists. You know, we talking late 90s. Well, it was still a thrill just to go to the music store and pick up a CD back then. You know, it was just a fascinating thing. And then just hearing my cousin and all his homies just rhyming and having DJs there. And so from 14, 15, I'm learning everything about the culture. And then my cousin started laying it on me. He's like, look, this is when it started, 1973. This is one of the pioneers, DJ Kool Herc. Mm-hmm. This is where it started at, South Bronx, New York. You know, so I started getting this from a young age, and as I started getting more and more into hip hop and rhyming and stuff like that, I'm like, man, I got to research this and learn more about it, because this is my life's call. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I was blessed with the name Abdullah. Mm-hmm. I wasn't blessed with it because I became a Muslim. I was blessed with it because as a Muslim, my purpose in life is hip hop, but my spiritual journey is to enlighten and inspire people.
I think that's just amazing. Like, just to hear that, and to hear that story and that background of, you know, how you became this and how you became that. Like, basically you formed into a butterfly in a way. Like, you was in your Cancun when you was like young, and then still learning, still molding, and even still now you're probably still molding, when you turn into a beautiful butterfly.
I look at myself more like a big brother / you know, mentor, because that just that's the turn of life that I am in right now.
Right.
Having, you know, being a father and being someone who's overcame a lot of circumstances.
Right.
And so I'm able to inspire. I mean, I get hit up nearly every day from the little homies. You know, they hit me up nearly every day and tell me how much, you know, I motivate them and stuff like that. And I love it, because at the end of the day, I want us all to win.
But I want you to give me a little background on your song, Activism.
Activism, okay. My song Activism is the first single from my new album, Progress. It's currently out on every music streaming service. The video was shot and filmed in Las Vegas back in January. For me, it's kind of personal because unfortunately, I lost my 18-year-old niece to gun violence in Las Vegas. And so at the end of the video, you know, I dedicated to her. But at the same time, it's a healing process for me, because I was able to do what I love doing best outside of music, and that's community work. You know, the people that was in the video with me, New Era Las Vegas, they're a community organizing Black Power group out there in Vegas. We actually got one here in Chicago who I do work with too. And also I have my brother and my cousin in the video with me, as we share, showing that solidarity and that love for our people. So that's the whole, you know, premise.
Fighting for our people through this activism. Stay involved in my community with activism. We yearn for our freedom with this activism. Stay involved in my community with activism. We're rallying for justice with this activism. Stay involved in my community with activism. We build equality through this activism. Stay involved in my community with activism.
ABDULLAH with Activism, which was actually pretty dope. I was like, I like this song. I literally like that song. I'm already Chicago's Point District Radio, where it's more than music, which I host most steady on the ones and twos, Chicago Radio Show LLC. And we're back with ABDULLAH. what did you really learn, like, in spite of your challenges?
The key component I learned is knowing how to balance all of those components in one.
Ooh, and that's hard. That can be very challenging. Very
It is, you know, and many people don't have the discipline to do it. But to me being in the military actually helped me to be able to balance these different tasks and different responsibilities out.
Because, like, in the military, they teach you different scenarios already, right?
Yeah, I mean, you learn so much in the military. Like me, I went in as an infantryman. That's pretty much fighting on the front line. But you learn 100 different jobs in that one chosen field.
Speak about being a father role a lot, and how do you? I think this is like very like personal. If that's okay with you.
That's fine.
How do you feel raising a 10-year-old son, along with that, in this environment, in this world, of what he has to grow into?
The thing is that as long as I'm active, involved, and I'm present, my son will have a better chance of being successful in this world, despite the challenges that comes with it. Which is why I'm a strong proponent of black men taking responsibility on just being active and involved. It don't cost you nothing. You know, I'm very aware that we live in a society where everything is changing. You know, you got these quote-unquote gender wars, and even in my personal situation, you know, the relationship with my son's mother and I didn't work. However, there is a respect factor there because she is a great mom to our son, and you know, I've always been present and been there for my son, and she looks at me as the greatest inspirational factor for our son. So being a father for me is just necessary, and it's my greatest blessing in life because my legacy lives on through him. But also at the same time, it has helped me to grow and mature into the man that God designed for me to be. And I learned from my son. There's a lot of things about my son that he just does, and I'm like, wow. You know, like with these computers and technology, my son been doing that since he was 1 year old. I didn't have my first phone or stuff till I was 20. So
wow.
You know, so we living in the era where our children are so fastly growing, but at the same time, being able to give them that structure from an early age and push them on the path to greatness, even though they don't realize it right now. Like, my son's in the 4th grade, he's an honor roll student. Why is that? Because he saw me from a baby reading, studying, and learning. And I inspired him to do that because my motto with parenting is, I am the example.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, kids his age can really teach grown people a lot.
They can.
And it's like, you can't be mad at them. Like they know a lot more than you expect.
The greatest thing children have that we as adults actually don't practice, kids have peace, true happiness, and they got that pure innocence. Cause they ain't gotta worry about nothing.
You're like, shit, my dad and mama got it.
They ain't gotta deal with nothing we as adults gotta deal with in this world, and so they happy. And that's what we as adults are lacking. We're lacking that inner child that's still in us, that's wishing to come out, but for some reason we refuse to allow it to manifest.
You just hit it right. God dang on nail. And do anything new coming up, like any projects, and you get social media platforms out there where I can follow you.
Right now, the Progress album, that's the project that's out right now. That's the project I'm going to be just promoting and doing shows and just advertising the rest of this year. And what I got going out right now, got the new video, Lakeshore Drive, that should be hitting at the end of this month or beginning of June. You know, that's for the city. I think that's the main single right there. You know, I'm trying to get on. I'm trying to get on all the news stations for that one. You know, and that's my just mainly just the Progress album, and then I do commentary videos on YouTube called The Real Street Ministry by Abdullah.
I like that.
You know, I just pick. It's a deeper. It goes deeper into who I am as a person. And why I speak on the things I speak on as an artist, so you get a real deeper perspective, and that's explicit because sometimes I go ham. Sometimes I, just speak truth. I speak truth to power regardless, but sometimes I go ham. Hey, yeah, that word. But that's pretty much all I got going on right now. Just the Progress album, and just looking forward to just doing more interviews, shows, and things like that.